So the track's an open D, so D, A, D, F sharp, A, and D. You'll hear the tremolo coming through there very prominently. I'm using the tremolo on a Princeton. I couldn't quite get it slow enough. The speed's on 1, but actually to try and match the track, it couldn't go slow enough. The Fender Vibroverb will get you there. Otherwise, your soupiest, sort of noisiest tremolo pedal, and try and get something that really colors the sound and gives you that sort of swamp vibe. So open D with a heavy tremolo. So the song starts with this slide from 7 to 9 to 12, and a couple of things to note here. You don't want to play the 3rd string. Now the 3rd string in open D is the F sharp, so it's going to sort of define the harmony. And up here we're sort of playing actually sort of minor. This is a minor chord, especially here. So if we play the 3rd, listen to what happens. The song changes a little bit. So what you have to do is, depending on how you arrange your hands, you actually don't really need these, the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. So what I'm doing is I'm resting my 3rd finger, my ring finger here on, if you can just see that, just resting it literally on the 3rd string, because I don't want that sounding. What I sort of found is I'm actually using quite a short slide to try and avoid this a little bit, but what you'll find is, you hear this? The sort of the 1st and 2nd strings will probably sort of sympathetically resonate a little bit, but the way Rai played it, he actually pulled off a lot, so he was like, I couldn't quite replicate that, so I'm sort of just, he's sort of pulling off and pulling on. Maybe something about his setup inclined me to do that, but I think just sort of sliding up as well. It's quite nice for intonation, just to, you hear those high strings there. Just get the right 9 to 12. Also, I was inclined to sort of make it dirty up the sound and sort of get that sort of sustain, but in the end I opted just for clean, and I sort of just did my best with it. Okay, anyway, so there's the start, and we're going to play that twice. So we're coming out of there into the last time. This is bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into bar 7 we're coming up here. So we've just done the last ones, and then we're going to be playing with our thumb. Now the song is not exactly difficult, but it's kind of awkward. I found it awkward to play, so we're going to be latching our thumb to 9. Now I don't know how Rai played this. I imagine he must have played it like this. There's no other way that kind of makes sense to me, unless he played it down here, which he could have done, in fact. And in fact, I haven't thought of that before now, but for me it just makes more sense up here, because it sounds like when he goes to the next bit, when he goes to the 7, it's just too close. So I'm playing here with my thumb, and then 8. This is bar 8. And you let the tremolo sort of very very much part of the song, isn't it, that tremolo sound? Just let that, the 9 there, just let that sort of ring out. That's your B minor there. And then play it again, and then this is the next one here. So it's not difficult, but you can see just slightly awkward. And then bar 13. I'm just going to move through this quite quickly. So this is the B minor bar coming to an end into bar 14. First string, third string, second string, and then we're going to move up. All up the 7s there. 6th string, 5th, 3rd string there, which of course is our A chord. It's the 5 chord of open D, right? And then we're going to be doing a sus4. So it's 1. And then we sort of slide down, and then there's a... I'm using the slide, I'm just going to move this across here so I can see the tab. Just going from 2 to 4 with the slide, so from here, the sus4, A sus4, back to A, then 2 to 4, sliding 2 to 4 on the 6th string, and then as I get to the 4, my thumb's going to rest there, and I'm going to play that. So, and then we're back to the B minor, but we're playing it down here in this position here. 3rd string, 2nd string, and that is bar, what bar is that? It's bar 17, and then, so it's just playing around with the chord of B minor there. And then we're going to G. There it is properly. Pulling out that D there, and then same note. And then we're just using our fingers, not our slide. This is bar 25, moving through at a good rate here. And then there's basically a rest for the next bar. You just let the reverb ring it out, so it'll sound like 2, 3, 4. And then we're going back up here with that nice sort of dissonance there. And then there's a rest in that bar there with bar 26. And then we're actually going to be linking both strings here with the thumb. Hear that? And then. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 3, and then just trying to count that through. The rhythm's the only thing to notice here. But you'll listen to it, you probably know the song well if you're watching this. So coming out of the end of bar, that is bar 33. I'm just going to switch the tab through here, just so I can see it. Hang on, what's going on here? Oh, there we go. And there. And then we're going back to our 5 chord. And then the same sort of drag down, if you like, and then the slide. Actually, Rai doesn't use the slide except at the start and the end, but I fancy putting it in there, so you can slide up and then 3, 4, raking up the strings there on bar 30. Oh, it's quite small. 38. There we are, and then. That is the 2nd fret on the 1st string and the open 3. And then that's the 2nd string and the 4th fret of the 6th string. And then we're we're sliding up again. And then we're going. So it's like. So fifth string, open, second, fourth, which is your root, and then the root there on the sixth string as well. And then we're going to play a little downward figure. This is in bar 41, which is the fourth fret of the fifth string, which is then open on the fourth string, and then the fifth string again, second fret, and then open again on the fourth, and then open on the fifth. So it'll sound like. So we're back to the 5 chord again. It's bar 43, the rest, 2, 3, 4. Pull on there, what is it? Hammer on there. Hammer off, pull off there, and then back to. So from here. And then we're at the end. So we're just back to this. Vibrato. The actual track then does some other things. It goes back to the A again. And it does that sort of cycle a little bit. I just cut it short, as you do. So that is basically it. These are flat wound strings, by the way, if you sort of thought they sound a little bit different. One of the things, I did try this with round wounds, and this gets quite noisy. And down here, this bit as well. So that's it. It's a little bit awkward in places. This stretch here with the slide going to the fourth fret of the first string is a little bit of a stretch. May be fine for you and your setup, but I found it a bit awkward, and this always coming with the thumb. But it's interesting to just sort of also have a look at how the sort of fretboard's working for you. Like you've got, this is your B minor here, right? So this is essentially playing behind the slide here, as we've done in a couple of other recent pieces. So this is your root here, there's your minor third, that's why he's framing it like that, right? Just playing with the B minor chord, which is quite interesting to do. Guys, that is all we have time for today. Hope this was useful. Hope you enjoyed this one. I was going to actually do a backing for this and put some percussion. And then I thought, shall I or shall I not? And I thought, let's just do this as it is. So any questions on this, and do feel free to get in touch. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one.